Hello peeps and hello camera. I actually like this angle. I know I once received the tip to tape my videos outside because the light is different and because then the people might see something of Iceland, but let's say I didn't find a spot in front of the post office where I wouldn't have the brand logos or other people's car license plates. I just don't know how to blur that out yet. Sorry, I'm learning. Let's say one of my New Year's resolutions is definitely to learn editing techniques. And I must say, like the video on It's a Wonderful Life and Baymax and other similar movies still require some more work. Maybe I'll just do this on the New Year's night because I don't like going out on a day like this. Like I don't like fireworks. And let me speak up for all the house pets. They don't like that either. And I guess do we have any wild animals in the city that would oppose to this? Also, yeah. And it's a lot of work to sweep the leftovers up. Uh, let's say if you like fireworks, we can also discuss that in the comments, but think twice how much of those you really need. And my errand of the day is I just bought my last batch of post stamps for the old price because we have forever stamps in Iceland and postage raise after 1st of January. Folks, I totally understand that people write so it is often cited 80% less letters than 2010, and 2010 is ages ago. But like big buts, and I can't deny. How to word this? I think writing letters is also a social matter. Like on Facebook, the pen paling community has commented on the shock news that one single letter from Denmark is supposed to cost the equivalent of €7 after the new year. Okay, to be fair, this letter goes up to 100 grams, but I know only of very few people who write 100-gram letters. So because the way I understand it, they are taking away a tax exemption that was there before. Okay, now my hand looks like evil. Taking away. So it is a very complex topic. But I think the people who make the decisions, I hereby invite them to think about that. They are the post is often appealing to people who cannot randomly leave the house or who cannot randomly speak to other people because the writing process is so reflective. And let's say if I really have a problem with a person, I rather write a letter because I can throw that to the paper bin 5 times. Or yeah, the person can then actually participate in my thinking process. And let's say I only write letters to people who I really want to communicate with, and yeah, to avoid any misunderstandings, Iceland is no longer a Danish colony, so we don't really have Danish post prices yet, but let's say the art of writing letters is a dying art, and let's say we should find ways to take that into the 21st century. I can't think of those ways yet. Like, of course, there are also like environmentalists complaining about like we're killing trees and stuff. But let's say most of the people I know of actually keep the letters, or at least part of them. And recently, I found a whole box of old letters in someone's basement that gave me an idea of old times. And of course, the old post stamps were also a cultural treasure. So, yeah, now that I have an official reputation as an author tuber, let's say I haven't written books for many years. I just recently got back into this because like the letters were my books. I haven't even read books in many years because the letters were my literature, because this was my glimpse in other people's thought worlds, other people's cultural worlds. Like let's say there were some things recently in my life where I noticed that that there are things that I grew up with that I just can't shake off at random. um Interpret this as you like. But I'm becoming more and more conscious of being like a product of two cultures. I am figuring out how to work in the most frugal way with that. And let's say, infrastructure wise, in this case, Germany is a snail mail paradise because it is not, at least not to my knowledge, emphasizing this need for digitalization as much as other countries do. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm using digital services too. And it's very nice if you need to figure out something quickly with people. But like, for instance, some services don't even have a regular email address anymore, so I have to fill in a zillion of form sheets when I want something in this over digitalization. Uh, so this can be difficult for some disabled people. And with some people, I would actually just like to write a well reflected letter. Dear people, I need. Da, 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 and I have been using a lot of time to figure out what I really need. Of course, without digitalization and reasonably fast internet, there would be no YouTube either. Talking about YouTube, I learned so much the past couple of days and weeks. Like, I learned the word ambulatory wheelchair user. Have we talked about that yet? That's a person such as me who like uses a wheelchair or also other equipment, like according to how fit they are today. And like, now I'm getting used to a walker that's actually like keeping me in shape, because that's sort of like a good way of the middle between a wheelchair and the sticks. because let's say these sticks always fall to the ground, so they like the noise can scare some people, and like some people can stumble across the sticks, and I can even forget them somewhere on a good day. But and the wheelchair doesn't fit everywhere, but the walker is, let's say, visible enough to show people, here I come, and foldable uh, and still supporting. But like in the snow, of course, I had to use the sticks because the stuff on wheels didn't work in the snow. Small reminder to the city of Reykjavik: clean up the snow and ice, because you never know when there is a person with a mobility impairment trying to reach a public service such as the post office. And yeah, please, universe, do something for ambulatory users of whatever medical equipment, because let's say I have often made the experience that I am a product of two worlds there too. Like it has taken me years to find like proper sports offers for my noble self, or proper proper accommodations, because like the people who let's say I'm too mobile for the wheelchair sports community, and too disabled for the walking community. So yes, there are probably many more ambulatory equipment users. What more can I say? Let's think outside the box together. And okay, now my arm is getting a cramp because this cold that I have goes more into the upper part today. I don't have options to pick where the germs or the exhaustion land on my body. So yeah, don't tell me to use the tripod, because like with my ADHD stuff, I can't even find the tripod right now. I'll see you when I see you. Bye bye.